Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. This is the second to last level of Return of the Jedi. And I don't know if it's actually called Battle of Endor, it might be, but this is one of the weirder levels that seems completely pointless, I have to admit. I don't think they did a very good job with this one at all. First of all, to get down to the bottom, we have to run down this spiraling wooden ramp around the tree, and you might just be able to literally jump off of it to get down there faster, but I thought it was just amusing that that's what they wanted us to do, was just run down the spiraling wood and then run all the way over here past the other, whatever they're called, Endor, what are these? Ewoks, past the Ewoks, and then we can actually start the level. So this is the level beginning, and this is the Chewbacca defense, and yeah, I don't really know why they consider this the Battle of Endor, because a big part about the Battle of Endor was going inside of the bunker and doing some stuff inside of there, and I don't actually think we ever go inside of it. It's very weird how they really left out some, like, super important stuff in this game, but also kept in some things that were, I guess, easier to make a level out of, I don't know. So we get to experience a new ability, and this one is with the Ewoks. This is the first time we've seen it so far, but if you've actually played the 7th movie onward, then you've probably already seen this, because I believe Rey also has this ability. So it's a scavenger tool, and it's just a whole bunch of other weapons and abilities that people who have scavenger tools get to use. So for the Ewok, that first one blew up that wall, and it's just like a kind of a list, not a list, but like a wheel of extra guns that we get to use. And there's a couple of other scavenger tools that he's going to be able to use also, so we'll see that as the level continues. But the weapon itself doesn't do that much damage, which is pretty funny. Chewbacca's, what's it called, crossbow thing is also kind of weird. I don't know why I thought it would be a lot better than it ended up being for this level, but I just remember using it and thinking, I thought that was going to do more damage. And then eventually there's going to be a horn that we can build, and the Ewok can also jump onto that and start blowing the horn, which will attract the ATST here. And once that guy gets a little bit confused by why all these little teddy bear fuzzballs are defeating them all, we can run on outside, and I don't think we actually can beat him right away. I think we beat him a little bit later. And then when we're here, we can move some of the cover around the glowing box if you want to, but I'm not really a big fan of the cover in this game, so I don't really care about it. And I got kind of tired enough with Chewbacca's gun that I went up and just started beating up most people. Like that stormtrooper I was shooting, I don't know, 5 times, and one block kept getting in the way, so that was kind of fun. And then we can build this gun that the stormtrooper is using and jump on it, and that can actually help us defeat the ATST in the background, as my brother is doing on the right side. And once that is, or at least once you're done respawning, you can just keep shooting it and it'll finally go down. The only objective now is to navigate through the forest though, so I don't actually think we have to do that, but it will definitely make things a little bit easier. So now we're going to see another use for the scavenger gun, and once we build the blueprint table again, the Ewok can come on over and use it, and it will give him the net launcher. So that will open up the scavenger tool menu, and then we can switch to the net launcher, and that will be able to launch a net, big surprise, onto the wall, and that will give us a climbable surface. Now both of us can climb up this, and I think we have to do this a few more times a little bit later, we'll see in a second. So we'll just work our way here. We can actually also fire the net on enemies and trap them for a short time, so that's pretty cool. And we're going to need to pick up a power cell on the right side of the door and then put it on the left side, and then both of us are going to need to jump onto the lever here. And I don't think the Ewoks even could jump in the original game, or at least they had like short jumps. They were tiny creatures and they could fit through the tiny openings, but that isn't really much of a thing in this game. There's a few tiny openings, but I think the only time they get used is when you're playing as C-3PO, sorry, C-3PO, and he like breaks himself in half and then hops on his torso, and that's how he gets through them. I don't really know why they went that route, but hey. Okay, so we'll use another, whatever this is called, blueprint, and now we can unlock the glider. And once we switch to the glider, we can head on out toward the tree. or at least not the tree, but the ATSTs, and the Ewoks will then jump on top of them and take them over. I'm not really quite sure how Chewbacca got down there, but, you know, okay. And now we both get some ATSTs that we'll get to use to blow up all the other ATSTs. So I think we just have to defeat... Oh yeah, and then the Ewok who did all the work doesn't actually get to be in one. Like I said, this game is not Player 2 friendly. Player 1 gets to do all the fun stuff, but Player 2 has returned to his rightful lowly state as Player 2. Oh my goodness. But anyway, he did find an ATST that he could get into, so maybe he just hopped out of it, whatever. And then we're just gonna blow up all of the walkers that are in our way and head toward the bunker. So yeah, we don't actually do anything inside the bunker, and then we're done with that level. I don't really know why they cut that out.